Last night, President Trump plunged the country into chaos, a cruel, nasty, and illegal chaos. Without a shred of warning, the Trump administration announced a halt to virtually all federal grants and loans across the country. In an instant, with no precedent, no justification, no legal grounds, Donald Trump has shut off billions, perhaps trillions of dollars that help American families every single day. It's cruel. It's reckless. And in all these things, we will not stand idly by. The blast radius of this terrible, unconstitutional, and illegal decision is virtually limitless. Its impacts are going to be felt over and over and over again by families, and we are already in touch with families and people throughout the country to mobilize them against this cruelty, this blatant assault on Americans. And American families should make no mistake, the money's been taken from them, will be spent. That money will be spent, but not on them, on the people at the very top who want tax cuts.
They are clarifying it, and I think this is not unusual for an administration to pause funding and to take a hard look and scrub of how these programs, how they're being spent, and how they interact with a lot of the executive orders that the President signed. And I think that's the main criteria they're using is, does this implicate, do the executive orders implicate funding in this particular way? They have taken certain things, I think, off the table. Some of you have asked specifically about programs, any program that directly benefits an individual, Medicaid, SNAP, those types of programs are unimpacted by this. What is impacted, obviously, is DEI, the Green New Deal, things like that. And so those are in direct contradiction with the EOs the President signed earlier this week.
For all of you who haven't noticed, this is a different day in Washington, D.C. The President of the United States wants to do something about inflation. Where does inflation start? It starts at government overspending, and particularly when it's deficit spending. We're going in debt $1 trillion every 100 days. The best way to start going after inflation is to ratchet that back. What he has said is, let's pause for 90 days. This is a work in progress. Everybody take a deep breath, stay calm. Every one of these programs is going to be looked at. He didn't say, well, we're going to do a 2-year study, blah, blah, blah. He said 90 days, we're going to look at it.
I think our Republican senators and congressmen are going to hear from their constituents from one end of the country to the other. They're going to hear from police departments and schools and cancer research clinics and fire departments and police officers. Everyone is really upset about this, and we're going to continue to put heat on them so that they will not vote for vote. Plain and simple. They're going to bear the consequences on their backs.